Ben Kiernan Glennon spent a year in the Gaeltacht learning and socialising through Irish. But now, 5 years on, he wonders why Irish could only be such a big part of his life when living in rural Waterford. Tonight, Ben Kiernan Glennon asked the question to us all, and this may challenge some people's linguistic capabilities. Call Will on Gaeilge.
5 years ago, I spent 6th class living in the Ring Gaeltacht, outside Dungarvan, County Waterford. I went to school, made friends and played sports, all through Irish. Fast forward 5 years to 2021, where for the past 15 months, I've been stuck at home because of the coronavirus. I've spent thousands of hours in my room, listening to music, watching movies and reading books, but all in English. When I opened my phone in the evenings to turn on YouTube, I met with hundreds of English language videos. When I open Spotify, it's Drake and not O Roche the Vahawalia that's on my playlist. I am, and pretty much all of us are, immersed in English language, pop culture and entertainment. But I got to thinking, why? Why is it that after a year of being stuck at home in my room, that not a single song, show or movie I put on was in Irish, the language I did everything in 5 years ago? And what does this say about the state of our national language? It's got to be possible for a 17-year-old to find online entertainment in Irish. And so, with the world shut down outside my house, I decided I was going to look. In my search for Irish language entertainment, though, really all I could think of was Afric, a show I remembered watching in the Gaeltacht. But even that could only take me so far, and I think I'll lose my mind if I have to watch Afric's quest to get a boyfriend for the 10th time. He's just not into you, Afric. After doing a bit more digging, though, I found the award-winning Corca Millish, a short film solely about a blind man having an asthma attack in a train after his inhaler gets stolen. And so after being frankly quite disturbed by all that Irish film had to offer, I accepted that movies might not be the way forward. I decided to try music. I'm sure most of us here have heard of Coláiste Lurgan, who do Irish language translations of English pop songs. And although I love Éireann na Gcópain and Smuoine Vósord as much as the next guy, I wanted to try and find some original Irish music. We've got to have our own songs and artists, surely not just translations. Now, it did take me some time to find any Irish language music written this side of the 18th century, but I actually managed to find an act that I really liked. Kneecap, a rap duo from Belfast. They seemed decent enough, not that I understood much though, other than C.O. Father C was probably the Irish for cocaine, but it was actually refreshing to hear rap in our native language. After looking into them though, I found out that Radio na Gaeltachta, for some reason, claimed their music was too inappropriate, and even refused to play it on their station during the day. In doing this, they removed possibly the only music on their channel that might actually get young people even somewhat interested in Irish. But oh, don't worry, because they're still playing the absolute hood classic that is Pegging Litcher Moore. And so, it was after this largely fruitless search for pop culture and entertainment in Irish that I realised there's a complete lack of both, especially for young people. And this makes it really hard for us to practice our Irish outside the classroom. I mean, why bother when you can't watch movies or shows you like in Irish, there's barely any Irish pop music to listen to, and you don't speak it in your daily life? When I was in Ring, Irish was the language we talked in, the language of sport, the language we'd slag each other in. We actually had a reason to learn it. But now, when I don't speak it with anyone, learning it just doesn't seem important. But although most of us don't speak Irish at all outside the classroom, realistically, we probably could, at least a little bit. I know we mightn't like learning it, but after 12 years of Irish class, something is bound to stick. And sure, all we learn in a lot of those classes is how to discuss poetry or how to write about that timpish that the Leanta Sira that you've been milking since first year. But a lot of us do have enough Irish to at least attempt speaking it with our friends and families. But most of us don't speak it though, myself included. Why not though? Maybe it's that we think it's awkward or uncool, or that we won't be able to enjoy conversations in Irish as much as English. And to be fair, considering that most of the Irish I've learned this year has been how to analyse the themes of a poem about divorce, I don't think we can be blamed for thinking it's at least a little bit uncool. But it doesn't have to be. Irish is good for so much more than what the Department of Education may tell us it is. My time in the Gaeltacht showed me that Irish really can be a living language. I know it's a shame we don't have more pop culture in Irish, but even without it, we can still use Irish for small things, like when we play sports, or every now and again when we talk to our families in the car or at the dinner table. But look, I'm definitely not saying we should turn Black Rock into some sort of Gaeltacht and cast out all English language influence from our lives. But why not try to use some of the Irish we do have? As a country, we have some of the richest culture, history and traditions in the world, and we're generally quite proud to be Irish. So why not take more pride in our native language? Why not try to use it every now and again, if only a few words? Ach, is funia hósé. It's our choice. Gur míle maith agaibh.